Hello and welcome to workout number 1 of this spring cleaning workout challenge. As I mentioned in my email, we will be going over 5 workouts in the course of 10 days, and each workout is going to take you anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how much time you have available and you want to train yourself, and also how difficult you want to make this workout for yourself. So in each workout video that you're gonna get, just like this one, I'm going to do the workout along with you, but I might only do 2 rounds through each exercise, and it's up to you if you wanna pause the video and go for a 3rd round on your own. But my goal is to teach you the exercises, offer some modifications if necessary, even give you options to make the movement more challenging if you'd like, and then finally, just to give you the ropes, teach you how to do it on your own so you could easily repeat these movements in your own workout. The first part, we are going to focus on 2 movements. The first one is called wall pressing leg lowers, where we are going to be laying on the ground in front of a wall or a couch, pressing our hands into said wall or couch while we are alternating our legs lowering one by one. So we'll do it for 30 to 45 seconds, depending on the intensity you want to go at. Longer you go, the more intense it gets. And then the second movement, also timed, is going to be a tall plank, where we are going to hold an isometric push-up position plank for some time, and then we're going to lower down into a forearm plank, trying not to rest, trying not to touch the knees on the ground during that transition. But of course, if you want to go a bit easier on yourself, use your knees to help you transition down there. So first we're gonna hit these wall pressing leg lowers. I'm gonna show it from this angle as well as a side angle, because what's really important in this position is that we're pushing our back into the ground and not letting our spine arch at all. To prove that this is actually happening, I have my little mic pack here that I'm gonna remove off to the side so that I do not crush my microphone while doing these wall pressing leg lowers. All right, so I'm setting up, laying on the ground, pressing my hands into the wall. I keep a slight bend in my knees during these, but if you have the ability to lock out your legs completely to keep them straight, go for it. We're gonna start the clock in 3, 2, 1, and what you're gonna do with me is we're gonna lower one leg and then raise it back up. Lower the other leg, raise it back up. To cue up your breathing, try inhaling through the nose as you lower the leg and then exhaling through the mouth as you raise the leg. Same thing on the other side. So by now, you should really start to feel your abs engage, especially your lower abs. But if you're not feeling it quite that much, you've got to be pushing your hands into the wall even more. You've really got to brace your core as though you're bracing your abs for a punch, and go real slow with those legs. I'm going to go for the full 45 seconds here. We've got 5, and then 3, 2, 1, and done. So that's the wall press leg lowers. Next up, we're going to transition into the tall plank, forearm plank combination. We don't want to take much rest time between these 2, but by all means, if you need to rest, grab some water, go ahead and do so. Now, as we transition into the tall plank, forearm plank combination, when I say tall plank, I'm really thinking of a push-up position plank. All right, so we're going to go for a 20-second tall plank into a 20-second forearm plank. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 20 seconds in this tall plank right here. I'm thinking of not moving. That's basically your number 1 cue. You don't want to move. Maybe tuck the tailbone ever so slightly so that you can engage your lower abs, but really trying to keep your back flat and not move. All right, and we're going to go into a forearm plank in 3, 2, 1. I'm just lowering down onto my elbows, aka my forearms. Now my elbows are stacked underneath my wrists and my feet are staying the same. You might notice that it becomes a lot more intense for your core, and that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. All right, we got 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, team, we've got our second round of wall pressing leg lowers happening here, so I'm just giving you a different point of view. We're going to be pressing our hands into the wall once again. This time I'm also going to challenge you to 45 seconds, so try to hang in there with me. We are starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Inhale as you lower one leg, exhale as you raise it. Inhale as you lower the other leg, exhale as you raise it. Again, make sure you're checking in that you're pressing actively into the wall or the couch, and you're really controlling the tempo with those legs. And then finally, you are not letting that back arch. You can see I'm bringing my legs almost to touching the ground, but I'm not quite there, because any lower I go, it starts to put a bit more stress on my lower back. So you might notice the same thing. If that's too low for you, then you should stop only about 2 feet above the ground. Find what works for you. We have 5 seconds and then we're done, all right? Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, team, back to the plank. Now I'm gonna push it to 30 seconds of each plank, all right? So if you're with me, we're gonna do 30 seconds of the tall plank and then 30 seconds of the forearm plank. I'm gonna time that using my watch, my handy dandy watch. But if you need to keep it to 20 seconds of each, go for it. Remember, you can always do a third round on your own by pausing this video and repeating the exercises one more time. Just for time purposes, I'm only gonna do this one more round. And we're back in the tall plank in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, we're here for 30 seconds. So again, think of no movement. Easier said than done. These are called isometrics because there is no movement. So I think of a lot of stability and really endurance in those stabilizing muscles. We are about 20 seconds in. In 10 seconds, we're gonna be lowering down to that forearm plank. Again, try not to use your knees, just try to lower down one elbow at a time. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. And just to remind you, I like to hold fists in this position. I'm not clasping my fingers together. This way, while I hold a fist in each hand, I'm able to create a lot more tension in my arms. Oh, I'm shaking. This is already getting quite challenging to talk during this. But if you've got it, we've got 10 more seconds in this position, y'all. Keep holding it. We're down to the final 5. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Go for a stretch in the child's pose position if you need it. And now again, you have that choice of moving on to part 2 with me, the strength focused part, or by all means, pause this video, do those 2 exercises one more time, then come back here and we're moving on to part 2. All right, team, with part 2, we have 3 exercises. We're gonna do one of my favorite bodyweight exercises for the legs, which are bear squats. Then number 2, we're gonna hit an inchworm walkout, which gets very dominant on the arms and shoulders. Inchworm walkout to a plank position and then a walk back in. And then the third movement is a lot of core again. It is the half hollow hold position. This is one of my new favorite bodyweight isometric exercises. You'll see why in a minute. But hey, it's also really tough, so I will provide some modifications if needed. All right, first things first, let's talk about the bear squat and then we're gonna do it together. The bear squat is a movement where we're starting in a tall plank position, but we're gonna slightly bend those knees. All right, so over here, I'm already in what we like to call the bear position. You've got bent knees and my arms, my shoulders are right over my wrists. From here, I'm gonna bend my knees and I'm basically trying to squat my hips as close to the heels as they can get without allowing those knees to touch. So some people might comment and say, oh, it looks like you're in a child's pose position back here. That's totally accurate, but again, I don't want those knees to touch the ground, all right? So we're gonna do these together. We're just gonna do 8 of them. Follow along with my tempo as best you can because I wanna control the way back for like a 2-second count and then drive forward into that plank position. Take a second of pausing and then repeat. All right, bear squats, let's go. We're going for 8, starting in 3, 2, 1. We're backing it up and drive it forward. Stick that plank for a second. That's 1 rep. Give me another one, 2 reps. So keep coming with me. And again, we don't want those knees to rest on the ground. We're trying to keep the knees as close to the ground as they can get, so we're not just lifting our butt in the air, and that's how you're really gonna work your quads, okay? We got 3 more. This is number 6. Ooh, my legs are shaking. 2 more. 7. And last one. 8. And then slowly come up to standing for exercise number 2. Exercise number 2, inchworm walkout. How it's gonna look is I'm gonna start in a tall standing plank position. I'm gonna bend over to get my hands on the ground. You can totally bend your knees here. I'm gonna walk out into a tall plank position. Again, hold that for a second and then push, push, push the ground away. Come up to full standing. That's 1 repetition. We're gonna do 8 total. All right, so start over with me. We're gonna start with number 1 right here. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Get the hands on the ground. Walk out 1 step at a time till you're in a tall plank position, and then push, push, push the ground away to come to standing. 1 down, 7 to go. What I think of is putting majority of my weight in the heels of my palms, that really hard bony part of your hands, because that'll help you connect to your arm muscles to hit these inchworms and get your shoulders working. All right, 3 down. 1 little step at a time, pausing in that full plank position and coming all the way up to standing. We're halfway there. When you're in the plank, make sure your hips aren't dropping to the ground, right? We want to maintain those hips about shoulder height. And we've got 3 more. Because if I let my hips sag to the ground, then I'm just really going to put too much pressure on my lower back. All right, this is 7. Those shoulders should be burning by now. And last one, here we go. 8. Walking out, tall plank position. Dun, 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 dun. Back up to standing. All right, 2 moves down. Our final one is called the half hollow hold. This is also an isometric position, just like that plank we did in the beginning. However, the half hollow hold, because it's called half, that does imply that we will need to switch the position throughout. Again, moving my mic pack so you know that this is real. So let me just show the half hollow hold. I'll show an easier variation and a harder variation. You could either try this with me or just watch to try it later. So the full half hollow hold is this guy, right? My arms are overhead, my biceps are by my ears, my knee is pulled in, my leg is extended, and when I say 3, 2, 1, switch, we're just gonna switch. But let me explain what's going on. I'm trying to, similar to the wall pressing leg lowers, I'm trying to push my back into the ground so that I don't arch my spine. This will hurt your back, okay? I'm just warning you now, if you're feeling this in your lower back, you probably need to lift your legs up higher or push your back literally into the ground harder. All right, so I just showed you the harder variation. This one's slightly easier. When our arms are forward, it's not giving us that much counterweight. This is actually helping us. So if you want an easier variation, by all means, keep your arms forward. What I want to do is we're going to hold one side for 15 seconds. And when I say 3, 2, 1, switch, we're just switching those legs. So whatever orientation your arms are at, try to maintain that position with the arms when we switch the legs. All right, we're starting off in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm gonna have my arms up, thinking biceps by the ear. You'll notice our heads are lifted off the ground as well. Some people try to get their shoulder blades off the ground, but I'm just gonna say at least keep your head and the top of your shoulders off the ground. 3, 2, 1, leg switch. Oh, I am shaking. I'm almost sorry if you can see or hear that. Actually, I'm not sorry. This is tough. This is tough work. We got 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo. All right, 1 round is down. I'm gonna do 1 more round with you guys of the bear squats, the inchworm walkout, and then the half hollow hold, and it's up to you if you wanna do a 3rd round. Again, keeping this between 15 and 30 minutes, and depending how long you like to warm up and cool down, that could be a full hour workout, to be honest with you. All right, we're back to the bear squats. Let's finish this up once and for all. We're gonna do 8 bear squats. This time, we're just gonna go a little faster, all right? And we're not gonna take as much rest between the movements, because y'all know what you're doing now. So bear squats starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Load the legs, boom, drive forward into the plank. We're still doing 8 of these. I like to inhale as I'm coming back in the squat. Exhale as I'm driving forward into the plank. 4 down. 2 more. And 8. All right, let's come up to standing quick. We're gonna go right into those inchworm walkouts. Hitting 8 again. Let's start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Again, hands on floor, walk yourself out to a plank position, and then walk yourself back up to standing. Be very mindful when you're bending over, you can bend your knees. Again, you might not have the flexibility, just like I don't. I can't touch the ground without bending my knees. Sorry, Charlie, I just can't do that. And that's fine, that's not one of my goals in life. So, do not think I'm expecting you to have that flexibility. All right, 4 down, 4 to go, and then we move on to the last exercise in this circuit. 5, got those shoulders burning. A lot of planking today. This is a plank heavy workout. And you know, when people told me that they really didn't think they could do any workouts during the pandemic because they didn't have a gym to go to, look at this. We haven't used a single piece of gym equipment, and we are getting in a full body workout. Boom, 8 done. All right, half hollow hold, one more time. Get that mic pack out of your back pocket, and we are now gonna try to hit 20 seconds on each side. So again, you have the choice of keeping the arms overhead or the arms forward. I'm gonna choose the arms forward for this variation. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. So again, one knee is pulled in tight to my chest. The other leg is as straight as I can get it. My head is lifted off the ground. We've got 5 more seconds, and then we're just switching the legs. Nothing else will change. 3, 2, 1. Booyah, here we go. Finish strong, 20 seconds. And then maybe you are done with your workout, or you can do it one more time. Ooh, I'm shaking. Let's go, keep holding it for 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. A good stretch to do after something like hollow hold is just lay on your back and pull your knees into your chest, maybe one at a time, whatever feels good for you. All right, team, congratulations. You just completed workout number 1. And see, I hope you notice how you can kind of modify the intensity based off of what you're looking for and how much time you have to work out. I'm trying to encourage people that you don't need an hour to work out. 15 minutes, sometimes just 10 minutes is plenty of time to get in a little workout. So I hope you enjoyed this first workout. I hope you recover well, drink lots of water, get your protein in, and I will see you in 2 days with workout number 2. Peace.